Hey everybody, it's your girl Kat, Sankofa, coming back to you with a new video. So this one's just going to be a bit of a voiceover today. I wanted to come to you and I wanted to talk a little bit about Dr. Jill Biden. So if you're unaware, Dr. Jill Biden, former second First Lady of the United States of America for 8 years, is the incoming First Lady of the United States of America. And as such, there is a bit of nonsense attack articles coming out about her, pure opinion pieces, which are utter trash, uh, for anyone to write, let alone to think. But at the same time, regardless of your political leanings, this take that I'm about to share my opinion on is pure garbage. So there was an article, an opinion piece, an article, pretty much an opinion piece, a commentary written and published in the Wall Street Journal a few days ago. And so it's entitled, "Is There a Doctor in the White House? Not if you need an MD. Jill Biden should think about dropping the honorific, which feels fraudulent, even comic." So you can call Jill Biden many things: Madam First Lady, Mrs. Biden, Jill. One thing you should not call Mrs. Biden is kiddo, which the person that wrote this opinion piece called her. And that was pretty disrespectful from one adult to another. But let's move on. He goes on to say that he taught at Northwestern University for 30 years without a doctorate or any advanced degree. This person has a BA. And if you are a person like me that is earning a doctorate, specifically I'm earning a PhD, you've got to do advanced schooling beyond your bachelor's. So let me read a little bit of this drivel to you. It says, a bit of advice on what may seem like a small, but I think is not unimportant matter. Any chance you might drop the doctor before your name. Dr. Jill Biden sounds and feels fraudulent, not to say a touch comic. Your degree is, I believe, an EDD, a Doctor of Education, earned at the University of Delaware, your dissertation with the uncompromising title, Student Retention at the Community College Level, Meeting Students' Needs. So here's the thing. It goes on to say, a wise man once said that no one should call himself doctor unless he has delivered a child. So I'm not going to read any more of this because I have some thoughts on this opinion piece. And so even with that last bit of sentence that I just read, um, literally centers a man and says, um, no one should call himself doctor unless he has delivered a child. So, we're in the year 2020 and women also are doctors. They're medical doctors and women deliver children as well as the doctor and also as a person delivering a child physically. So I want to move on. I have so many thoughts. As you all know, if you've been following me, you know that I am earning a PhD. I am earning a doctorate. I will be called doctor. I will be called Dr. Sankofa. I am on the journey to my PhD and I've been taking you along with me. I also want to share that in my earning this degree, I have many a peer and many a colleague who have earned and are earning EDDs. The Doctor of Education is an important degree. Dr. Jill Biden has served her country as an educator for decades, has been an advocate for community colleges, and as a matter of fact, when she served as the second First Lady of the United States of America for 8 years, um, she continued to work and teach. Okay. And so, um, earning any kind of doctorate is not a small feat. All doctorates are difficult to earn. They are by nature challenging. They will test your mettle. They will put you to the task and to the test, and rightfully so. Now, as I said, the Doctor of Education is different than what I am earning. I am earning a PhD, which is a philosophy of education, um, which is ultimately a doctorate in education. But there are subfields in the field of education. So, writ large education, you can be earning an EDD, you could earn a PhD, you'll still be called doctor because you're earning a doctorate, which is, you know, the ultimate degree, right? And so, with that, in my field specifically, which is higher education, higher and post secondary ed, or higher education and student affairs, some folks earn an EDD, and the EDD is a doctorate of education of student affairs or praxis of student affairs. And so they may have a written or a research component. It may be smaller in percentage of their requirements, compared to a PhD, depending on the program and what the program requires. They may have a higher percentage of in the field experience as a practitioner, right? You also have some EDDs that are 100% research degrees akin to the PhDs that I'm earning in my same field. So I take umbrage with this person's um, utter dismissal and disrespect of educators, of women that earn doctorates, of Dr. Jill Biden, and someone like myself who the ivory tower was not really made for, right? And so, every year or so, there's this debate on Twitter about which degree is more rigorous, which degree is more rigorous, which is a real PhD. First of all, PhDs were offered in the United States of America years and years and years and years and scores of more years prior to the MD, the Doctor of Medicine, even being a thing. Okay? So if you want to get technical with it, PhDs existed before MDs, right? Furthermore, it's important to note that, you know, Dr. Joe Biden is continuing to work, will continue to work and teach, which is no small feat, while being the First Lady of the United States of America. And I believe will be probably the First Lady to hold professional rank and job while actually also being First Lady. So, to this person that wrote this thing, you are horribly, horribly, horrifically misguided. And so, like all of the people I follow on Twitter that are doctors of any stripe and all stripe, especially the women identified people that I follow, change their Twitter handles to Dr. So and so. Respect, put some respect on my name, okay? So let me be clear. Dr. Jill Biden is a doctor. You can never take her degree away from her. You can never take her experience away from her. Her contribution to the field, the knowledge that she wrote about, all of the people's lives that were changed because she was their educator. So I take real umbrage with this opinion piece that made it to the Wall Street Journal. And I just want to say, if you want to come for doctorate holders, regardless of their degree and whether it's a professional doctorate or it's a research doctorate, don't do it. That's all I can say. Don't do it because it's not going to be worth your time and you're going to lose. Now, I want to be very careful with everything that I just said. I want to make it very plain that just because someone holds a doctorate does not make them better than anyone else. It does not make them better. You are not on a platform, but what you are is a doctor. Okay? So it should not be an argument, whatever your political beliefs are. This is not something to attack this woman on. Really find something else to write about. You know, it's really dismissive, it's really disgusting and disrespectful. And no one that goes ahead and writes a dissertation actually does all the things that we do, even for those that don't write a dissertation, okay? Actually go ahead and wait to do all that work to make it to the end, to finish, graduate, be hooded, right? Only to be told you're not a doctor. No, it is not about posturing. It is not about elitism, but it is something that you will be forever called and have the right to be called. And on your tombstone, you can have someone inscribe doctor. Okay? So I just wanted to put that out there. I will be back with more videos, kind of talking about this. I took a little break for a little bit. You know, the semester recently ended for me, and so I've been really working hard on my PhD. That will garner me a doctorate, in which I will be called Dr. Blah, 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 right? So, in any capacity, keep your head up. I'll see you all later. I think I'm gonna come back with a video and talk about the types of doctorates, because there are so many different types of doctorates and so many fields and so many options in order for a person to gain one, right? And there are so many people that can be called doctor, but you wouldn't know it or you might not assume it. But hey, if you've done the schooling, if you've done the work, met the requirements, and you graduate with a degree allowing you to be called doctor, then guess what? You're a doctor. Now put some respect on Dr. Jill Biden's name. All right, y'all. See you later.